Greetings and salutations. We're back to talking about more anime related things, including this time's subject with the film Paprika. And this film actually has a lot of, when it comes to it, a lot of people have compared this film, the later film that would eventually come out, called Inception. And I can actually see that, how, Inception would take some cues from this film. And I honestly, before we get into it, I really like this film. Actually, really did. But what was the story about it? Well, the story is about a battle between a dream terrorist who steals a device that allows others to share their dreams and causes nightmares for people, and a research psychologist who enters the dream world and changes into Paprika, a dream detective to investigate the cases. I gotta say, the animation for this is stunning. Satoshi Kon, the director, he did a phenomenal job when it came to, getting his actors together, being able to say, hey, I need this and I need that from you when it came to their ability to perform.
I'm sorry.
You're a walking disaster.
I know.
You're fat and slow. You're just a mess. It's not the outside that counts. However, you really have a lot on the outside.
Yeah.
To think this century's greatest genius isn't smart enough to stop eating.
I'll swallow anything edible put in front of me.
I know. You're so open to everything, that's why you're so much fun.
And, with their voices. And Mashi Endo, he actually did who did the character design for it. He actually did other designs for films such as Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, and the film Your Name. I gotta say, the moments of this film that I honestly really loved are whether it is when the chief is when he is having his dream and it's like a giant parade, and ever so often he's just gonna say, "Oh, hello there!"
Paprika.
思い出した？荒領事で行くわよ。
パプリカ。こら、待ってください。こら、そんな。
I am the emperor! But eventually, I kind of like the idea that, the psychologist, Shiba, that the doctor, after when she goes into the dream world, then she goes into becoming Paprika, who is basically, say, a detective who say, okay, this is what needs to be done, this is how we're gonna do it. I really like the detective's, his whole story, and the fact that he was trying to, chase down, a guy who felt this is the guy who has been haunting me in my dreams, but it's actually relatively surprising in the fact that we really will figure out it's actually himself he's actually chasing, and the fact that he's kind of in a way blames himself for how he feels is the death of his friend. And yeah, I feel sometimes, when we move away from our friends and all that, we decide to do things differently with our lives. Suddenly we realize, was this the perfect idea to do this? Are we, pushing folks away that we care about? and all that. And when it comes to the film, we feel like, say, that when we think for Dr. Takito, we feel like, say, his friend who, first we think like, okay, he is obviously the bad guy, and in fact, he is constantly appearing in all the dreams, but it's actually revealed to be the chairman of the entire group. He's basically saying, I have fooled you all, I'm the bad guy from the inside! And he's basically wanting to go into the dream world so that he can become his true self, which is, walking around and, having control of his body, because he was in a wheelchair. And I really love the moment when they're in the city and then they're just being chased by the Takita, and he's just like a giant robot, and he's gonna say, "Oh, they're all my friends." And he's like, "Time for lunch," because he's a giant robot that's just eating people. And I also love it when Paprika is just being chased by the bad guy.
あなたにスフィンクスは似合わない。
昼は賢い研究員、夜は理事長の素敵なしもべ。それは何？
言うな。いくつもの顔がある。それが人間だ。
And the moment when he just becomes psycho, and he goes like say, I have always done wanted you, and he goes, oh, give me, go away. It was just so uncomfortable, that moment when he's just like say, and he just puts his hand through her skin. Which goes like goo, and that's both visually great, but it's so uncomfortable. This was so good, I thought. Whether it was the dramatic elements of, like, say, we go to the dream world to get away from our problems, but then our problems suddenly become reality and all that. This was just so good. I really like this. I can see why Christopher Nolan had a bit of, when he thought, maybe I could take this and, do something with it. But I thought this was really good. See you next time.